going to do one more demonstration for you here just to show you the different kinds of cookware that are on the market today. We have a cast iron skillet over here. We have an aluminum saucepan. We have a aluminum fry pan that's actually coated with a non-stick coating. I'm going to pour a glass of water in each one of these units, and it's just some regular clean water. Then we're going to give each pan a scrub using this copper wool here. So we're going to give each one about 20 scrubs or so, just to see what actually comes off of each pan. Now we're going to give the non-stick coating a scrub. Now normally you wouldn't scrub a non-stick coating pan, but you do agree that they wear off with time, or they wear out over time. Now what we're going to do here is just show you what actually comes off of the skillet over time. You go in there with a fork or something like that. When you heat up and cool down these pans, eventually they wear out. The manufacturer tells you that if you get a scratch in a non-stick coating pan, that you're supposed to throw it away. Normally, we don't do that though. We throw away the skillet after the coating's actually worn right off. Now we have an aluminum saucepan. Aluminum is a very, very soft metal. And your food reacts with aluminum in different ways, especially if you're cooking something acidic like tomato sauce or rhubarb. People always wonder why after they cook tomatoes in an aluminum pan, why the pan's sparkling clean, because that comes from the acidic reaction that happens with tomatoes and aluminum. So there's the aluminum one, and of course we're going to give the cast iron pan a little scrub. Now cast iron, when you buy it, it's not black in color, it's actually a silver gray color. And then once you cook in it, season it, it starts to get black over time, and it's very tough to clean it. The only way you can clean a cast iron skillet is if you actually throw it in a fire and burn all of the food residues out that get locked in there because it's such a porous metal. So we're just going to set this off on the side. Now, if you were very thirsty and you went over to a water fountain, and the water that came out of the fountain looked like this, most people wouldn't drink it. Believe it or not, this is actually a very clean cast iron fry pan. So if we go over to the aluminum fountain and look at the color of the water that comes out of there, you can see it's got that silver tone. It's the same color as the aluminum pan. Now the Teflon one, or non-stick coating, should be somewhat of an improvement, but if you look very close, you see all those little flakes that are floating around in there. That's that Teflon coating that's coming off and ending up in your food. And then lastly, let's go over to the dripless pouring edge with the Nutristahl pan. And of course the water is crystal clear. One more interesting note to make: take a piece of clean paper towel, and we're just going to wipe the floor here real quick. Now the floor here is very clean. You can see that there's really nothing that you can see on the paper towel. But knowing that I just wiped the floor with that, most people would rather choose a clean paper towel to wipe their mouth with. Taking this clean paper towel, I'm just going to wipe the inside of this cast iron skillet. Now have a look at that. By looking at the cast iron skillet, it looks like it's actually cleaner to eat off of the floor than it does out of that skillet. Let's have a look at the aluminum. Aluminum, once again, very soft metal. If you ever worked with aluminum before, your hands get silver from it. That's the aluminum just coming off. It keeps going into your food. So you can see the aluminum color. And we'll give the non-stick pan a wipe. You can actually see some of the coating coming off. And very last, we're going to give a wipe with the Nutristahl skillet, and you can see, of course, that it's clean. So cooking the Nutristahl way, it's the cleanest way. There's a reason why they don't use cast iron in surgery, they don't use aluminum in surgery, or non-stick coatings. They don't use any of that. It's not deemed to be clean. This is the metal that they use in surgery because it's clean. It's non-reactive. It's safe to go in your body. That's the same reason why we use it in our cookware. It's safe to put your food in. The food is not going to react with your cookware.